I am Sayantan Mukherjee. I right now work as an innovation coach independently. Previously, I was with a global conglomerate from India, Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, and I was with the automotive division of Mahindra and Mahindra. They make cars. They also are in the farm division, where they make agricultural equipments, including tractors and various other products like that. So I was working with them for close to 8 to 9 years, and then I thought that there is an important thing that I should be doing, which is sharing the knowledge of innovation at the grassroots level with students, kids, and all. With that in mind, I left my job and started something on my own. Right now, I am working as the academic director with an institute called NEEM, the National Institute of Innovation and Entrepreneurship Management. The focus is again students within the age group of 15 to 22 is where we are trying to inculcate the innovation and entrepreneurial traits. So that's the focus. We are still working on making it really something big. So that's about me. And the topic that I'm going to talk today about is something that is very close to my heart. The first thing that I ever did that inspired me to leave my job and do. Probably without that, I don't know, I would have chosen this path or not. So, Julie, what do you say? So should I continue with what I'm talking about?
Yes, I love the description, so I can't wait to hear what it's really about.
Yeah. So, okay, let me share that. And
all right. Perfect.
I'll tell you. Okay, do let me know once you see.
We see your screen.
Okay, great. So this is KinderSpark, and KinderSpark is my first, I would call it, difficult project, because previous to this, I was very much comfortable working with engineers who are probably, the minimum age that I worked with was, I guess, 25, not below that. And the maximum age went close to 60. So I was pretty much confident with that. And then this project, KinderSpark, came to me, and the focus was, as you can see over here, blending the art of play in product design. It started in Mahindra and Mahindra Limited. So I'll give you a little background of why it started and all. So, and what it is, of course. Just a minute. Yeah. So why it all started? It all started because of this individual. Many of you may be knowing him. If you don't know him, he's Anand Mahindra, and he is the chairperson of Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, the organization I talked about. And you can see here 2018, right? 2018 July, he shared a video on Twitter. In fact, he is somebody who is very, very active on Twitter. You can follow him, and he is like, you will find a lot of things coming from him, very interesting stuff, not only related to automotive on farm, but a lot of things he covers. So this video he shared, I'll show you the video too. This video he shared, and he said that, you know what, it's an appeal that he made to us we were working in Mahindra Research Valley, which is called the Temple of Innovation in automotive and farm sector. That's how they call it. So the video was something like this. I'll show you the video, then you will realize what it means. By the way, just let me share it once more. I don't know whether I had the audio on also. 1 minute. How do I stop? Stop share. Okay. Yeah, I didn't share the sound before, but now I'll do. Okay. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Okay. So here goes the video. So the interesting thing is it is a slope. So while going, it was a free glowing, it was easy. But when it is to stop, to steer, take a U-turn and then come back, you saw that how amazing the concept that this guy used the 2 feet to do it. Such an amazing idea. I think kids only get it. And he shared it and he said that why can't we have this as a way to innovate? So that's where KinderSpark was born. And this is the first logo that was made on KinderSpark. And this logo that you're seeing, I made it, and in my, I mean, just it was given to me as a project that, you know what, go ahead, inspire the kids to come and give us ideas on automotive and pharma. And I was like, wow, this is something that I probably love to do, and I never knew that I want to do. This was shared with all the institutes around, and we wanted to make a pilot first. We wanted to understand that, can we get students, the school students, to come and share their ideas about products that Mahindra already has, and give new ideas. So on that basis, Play Innovate was what we wanted to talk about, and we started the program. The first program, it was a 2-day program, a very small program, 30 students, and because we didn't get actually a lot of time. It was just 4 days before we thought that we will take this project up, and then we executed it. So, however, we did that, and it was something that I wanted to hammer into the students' mind that, what, this is not at all a competition. And I think this is very much in line with what Gift is also doing. When people are presenting over here, they are just free, right? So same thing over there also. We wanted to promote that, this is an event where we are going to see what kind of things come from your end, but it's not a competition where we will say that at the end of the day, this is the winner or anything like that. Everybody is a winner. So it was quite good. And, after we did the competition and after everything was done, by the way, the aim of this were two. One was to get a feedback on the Mahindra products that we had, few of the Mahindra products that we were about to launch at that point of time. And the second thing was some new innovative ideas, if they can give us that. We shared certain challenges. We could share some challenges with them and they could come up. So this is what was there in the mind for these 2 days. And once we were done, again, Anand Mahindra took to Twitter to share what happened. And this is another video, a video where you can get a glimpse of, what happened really in that 2 days. So here is it.
Immediately cut off the power supply, which will lead to the increase in the lifespan of the whole product.
Height is important. For him, height is important. Sound effect.
So the best part was the time we get to see them laugh so heartily. They were so much enjoying the whole process. Won't say that, we got a lot of things from the pilot, but one thing that we got out of it was that, give this young kids the confidence that you are listening, and they're going to pour out their heart. They're going to say a lot of things. They're going to come up with different ideas. One of the idea that you heard somebody was presenting was probably at that point of time, you tell that to somebody who is a seasoned engineer, and that person may say that, is it really feasible? That's not important. Whether we were not looking for feasible things that anyways engineers do, but what is important over here was the crazy ideas to capture. And it was some amazing learning that we had. So this was the season 1, which was done in 2018. Season 2 happened with a year gap in between, and this time it was bigger, of course, and better also. And it wasn't for 2 days; it was for 3 months. This was a little longer program. We got 100 plus, to be precise. We got 132 different young innovators across India. Throughout the India, we kept it in India only, and a very interesting group of people. And we used to have live sessions every Sunday. So you can imagine, 3 months we had close to 12 Sundays. Every Sunday for 1 hour we used to meet. And these pictures that you are seeing over here, see the crazy faces over here, the ones that they are making. You can see they're just enjoying. And this person is Dr. Shankar Venugopal. He you can say is the backbone of this KinderSpark event, the Mahindra KinderSpark event. Every year he's trying to make it a little better, and few of us are joining him to make this really, really worthwhile. So how it worked is we used to have these live sessions where we would take up one very simple topic, and we'll discuss with the with all our participants, and they will share what they believe, how things work. And that's how we both side. It's not a one-sided learning; it's a both-side learning that we used to have. Now, one of the really difficult thing that we had when we had KinderSpark for the first time, I mean, the bigger one, is that this is a 3 month stuff, right? 3 month stuff is a little difficult for keeping the students hooked, right? And with they had a lot of they are studying, so they had a lot of things in between, studies going on, exams coming up. And by the way, this was in 2020. So it was in India, we had the peak of COVID. I think not only in India, it was across the world. So things were not easy. They were not able to meet each other. They were forming groups, but they were all doing things virtually. So it was difficult. And the more we were exploring that what we can do, the more we were feeling that, it's going to be really, really tough for us to keep these students, young minds hooked. And we went ahead and got somebody to help us. That were the Avengers. And the Avengers and their stones, that really, really helped. Now, how did that help? I'll tell you one by one. So first, I'll tell you how the Avengers helped. What we said was, when we began, is, what, you guys are already talented. Each one of you is, and we believe that. But there is a difference in you being a talented individual to you being an Avenger. So becoming an Avenger is a journey, and that journey is where we Shield agents will be helping you out with. So Dr. Shankar Venugopal, he assumed the role of Colonel Nick Fury. In fact, fun part was, in one of the live sessions, he actually came with the eye patch. So just to replicate how Colonel Nick Fury would come. And so was us. Priya Doshi, she is the founder of Think Young Academy, a very prominent organization working for student entrepreneurship in India. So she was the entrepreneur coach. And Stuti Singh, I think Stuti's daughter is also going to speak in one of the sessions in Gift Prasiddhi. So Stuti was with me in handholding the second biggest KinderSpark. So now we were trying to train the Avengers, because last time it was all but 2 days was too small, so we directly put them on the job. This time we thought that, let's train them a little bit, help them out a little bit. When they become Avengers, we'll get something out of them. We'll try to see that how they are able to put their thoughts into more concrete way. So training was important. So what did we do? We had some pre-recorded modules, and we gave them this pre-recorded modules to go through. And this whenever we used to meet, we used to have some sort of quiz and all. By the way, the price points that you are seeing, these were all free for them. These are for KinderSpark students. These are all free, so they get to learn. And the only thing that we wanted them is to go through this and then tell us that, what uniquely now their way of thinking is, what is changing in their mind, what are the thoughts that's coming up, right? So that was the aim. So they initially were prepped with this, and they got to apply while they were learning. So every week, as they used to go through one part of the module. So for example, say they completed design thinking. Once they were done with that, we used to give them very simple stuff to do with video recordings. So the one that you are seeing over here, this team got a scrubber, okay, scrubber that we generally use to scrub our utensils. How can you make a better scrub? So these kids, they actually applied it in their life. They found out what are the problems. Then they went through all the stages and they proposed their solutions. But this was just that they were learning and they are applying. The bigger platform was yet to come. Now, as I said, that 3 long months, they have so much of work, and we used to give them these assignments, weekly assignments. So there was always this trouble of keeping them motivated to submit their assignments, doing this work, not easy. So again, I told you that there is something with the Avengers and the stones. So here is the secret of the stones. What we did with the stones is, you know, those infinity stones and what they stand for, right? Here, we just changed the meaning of those infinity stones and we made it to suit our cause. And each of the stones, we put them one of the traits of an innovator. You have to be disciplined, creative, good in communication, empathy, analytical, and agility. So these were the 6 stones that we had. And what you're seeing by the side of each stone is something. There were different people allotting them stones basis their assignment every week. So we had a lot of teams, right? Now, how would we know that the way the stones are allotted to these teams is uniform? So that's why we made some uniform rules that if the team is demonstrating this, you can go ahead and allot them the stone, and so on and so forth. So becoming an Avenger would eventually mean that you start collecting the stones, and these are the different phases of these 3 months. Starting from the first assignment that we gave them was just go ahead and interview an entrepreneur and share your learnings, to the end where finally they were given a challenge statement from the automotive and farm sector, and they pitched to a designated jury. So once this is done, the stones, you can see it goes bigger and they actually become Avengers. So that was their plan. That was what we wanted to do with them. And a typical leaderboard, KinderSpark leaderboard, would look like this. So you can see all the teams over here. So these are the teams, and every week when they submit their assignments, they used to get, individual teams would get feedback. So we used to look at what they have shared, and we used to allot them the stones. You can see this team had got 6 discipline stones. Probably something was wrong because this was the 7th activity. They were supposed to get 7 stones, but 6 means one. Sometimes they probably missed with discipline. So like that. And though this was like a competition, and people, we always, every time we used to share this, we used to say that, you know what, this leaderboard is for you to compare your level from the last one that you had. So you check, where were you? So for example, Rebellion, this team probably was in the 5th position, and then now they are in the 1st position. So be happy about it, that you are improving, you are growing as an Avenger. But it's not a competition where you say that, you know what, Rebellion is topper and Titans is second. No, nothing like that. It's just a way of showing you where you stand. That worked. They were not fighting. Rather, they were trying to help out each other. That was some amazing stuff. I mean, would have been amazing if I could share you some of the Telegram discussions that they used to have. Whenever somebody is facing a problem, the other team members would come and try to help. That's very, very important. That's we wanted to do, to create a, you know, it's a feel empathy for your fellow teams as well. Then came the time to show. So the prep time was done. Now we wanted them to actually work on something more real, and that's where we gave them some automotive and farm problem statements. Little fun way of looking at the statements, but you know, the aim was to make them think beyond the conventions. And we didn't expect the kind of things would come from their end. We just gave them some kind of fun stuff to work on, but they came up brilliantly. So the presentation day came when these teams, they would make prototypes. They actually made prototypes. And remember one thing, this is important to note. This was during the peak COVID time when there was lockdown across the different countries, including in India. So these kids, they could not meet their teammates at all. They were stranded in their own home, locked up, and still they were making prototypes. still they were ensuring that they could demonstrate it part by part to the jury. And you can see the juries over here. These were the juries. So they were demonstrating, and these juries were like, oh my goodness, we didn't never expected that this kind of stuff will be coming out from these kids. It did happen. The students, they started as students, they eventually become Avengers. They got some amazing innovator cards, and they were very happy about it, shared their feedback, and they really, really loved it. What we got out of this is one big thing is a lot of learnings throughout that, there is a huge possibility to, make, or rather, I would say, get the best out of these kids who probably at one point of time, they themselves felt that they are probably not as creative as KinderSpark expect them to be. But by the time they were done, by the time they actually became the Avengers and we shared these cards, the confidence level is something that we noted was just touching the roof. They were so confident to come and present. I remember a couple of teams. I actually was one of the mentors of that team, and I wanted them to come online and speak what they did in that week. They were so shy, and they were like, sir, it's not something great that we could do this time. We will do something better, and next time we will come online like this. And then this team presented on the final presentation day in front of jury. We were very top-notch people, and they were so confident when they were expressing their stuff. So the transformation, I don't know whether to call them just Avengers or even beyond that. That's amazing. That's something that we are really, really proud of. We got the best out of it. And KinderSpark Season 3 is coming again this year. Last year we didn't do, but this year again we are planning. We'll see when it happens, and we'll definitely let you know. So that's it about KinderSpark and how we could blend the play and innovate concept.
Wow.
I love the connection that you have created with the superheroes and with the Infinity Stones. And at the end, I think you were saying they get the cards. They have cards with them.
Yeah.
Great way to tie it into what's relevant today. I mean, every other show that you see out there, every other movie's got some kind of new Avenger or superhero on there.
Exactly.
So keeps them motivated.
Absolutely.
And remind me again, what are the ages of the students that are participating in that program?
Class 7 to 12. So they were approximately, you can say 13, 12. No, 12 to maybe 16, 18.
Okay.
Very interesting. Congratulations. So, first of all, congratulations also on deciding to take that leap of faith and moving over to run your own innovation initiative. I think that you have taken like a wise choice. I mean, to empower like young minds to become, innovator leaders. That's great. You used I would. First of all, I said well, he's actually gamifying, using gamification to promote the engagement. But I will say that you just disclosed something called Avengification. So you Avengified the whole process, which actually is inspiring because they can project themselves as superheroes, like Yuri said. We all can be superheroes. And something that's really interesting that you mentioned about the leaderboard, that the fact that it's not a contest, that the fact that the competition is to themselves, I think that's really powerful and really valuable. Perhaps you could show the leaderboard instead of the total, show them their progress, their delta, and say highlight the teams that have grown instead of the
that's a good idea.
And because I think that's really powerful, because after all this is a race to ourselves, and I wanted to ask you when they grab all of the infinity stones, or what was the name of the stones that you the name you gave to the stones? Oh, you just redefined the purpose, right?
Yes. So we had the discipline stone, the empathy stone, the communication, agility, like that.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like some sort of grant that you give a team where they get all the stones, so that they get the snap. Perhaps you could like let them have a wish, you know, perhaps a visit to the to Mahindra, or maybe, you know, like some sort of a stimuli, and that actually you would be able to register the Avengerification as a technique, you know.
That's an amazing idea, Arturo. Thank you. Well, probably this time when we are doing this, I'll use this idea. This is a very good idea.
Yeah. Good luck. And please do share with us like how season 3 goes.
Absolutely.
I hope the Avengers aren't after you for their copyright or anything.
Well,
yes,
maybe eventually, why not? I wouldn't be surprised that these companies actually start to sponsor and officially, you know, these kinds of initiatives. So maybe this could be like the start of you know, like an initiative to bring innovation to these kind of companies and these trademarks. Why not?
True. Reaching out to them with your, it's a good idea to reach out to them. Yeah.
Hi, Sayan. Morning.
Yes. Hi, Anand. Good morning. Very good morning.
Good morning. Fantastic. It was completely different. I did not know KinderSpark at that level, which was going on. I knew something was up there, but not this kind of activities. Did you have a chance to be part of the presentation earlier in the morning?
Yeah, I was part of one presentation in the morning, early morning. Whose was it? A couple of people were there with Julia and Jake, and they were talking about. I don't remember right now.
Don't worry. The reason why I asked you was that one of the kids made a presentation which was very impressive to work with.
No kid.
This kid was a brilliant presentation on how to navigate in the Ghat section, that is the hill terrain. He has designed beautiful sensors, and when you are presenting this, I was thinking as to how actually you should M&M should talk to them, talk to this kid and see how to improvise his ideas, and that could be one of your Avengers kind of a project. And he has designed sensors which are typical for conditions in India.
Okay.
Very typical of conditions in India, which you should. I think I think probably me and Julie could then sometime later on share those details with you, which could be useful for you in your next edition of this event, KinderSpark, that you plan to. He definitely needs mentoring from M&M, because what he has designed exactly goes inside all the cars at Jeep that we need in this country at least.
Okay, excellent. I'll look into this. But by the way, can you share me the presenter's name? Or just 1 minute. Let me pull up.
Likit was the presenter's name, and he's from Bangalore.
Okay. I'll find him. Oh yes, I found him. Yeah. I found.
We also can get the presentation for you. I mean, perfect technical words, perfect sensors that was used for navigating the cards.
We have this on YouTube, right? And it will stay with YouTube, right?
Yep. You can see.
Okay. So yeah. I like to show it to Dr. Shankar. In fact, Dr. Shankar is down with COVID now.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, half of the problem is because of that. Because many years suddenly in Bangalore, the weather was warm for the last 1 week. Since yesterday night, it's turned cold. Suddenly, the temperature has dropped like crazy. So I think that's the reason many of the kids are down with cold, flu, and hope not COVID. Let's not use the word COVID.
Yeah.
All right. Fine. Excellent, Zan.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, very good.
Thanks,
Thank
Julie.
you very much for the presesentation. Please come back again on a future gift with updates and with your new programs and what you'd like to share.
Sure. Season 3, I'll definitely update you. Thank you, Arturo. Okay.
Take care.
Bye-bye.